you can use me.
My life is not my own. To you I belong. We give ourselves to you. The country is not ours. To you we belong.
We give ourselves to you.
I give myself away. I give myself away so you can use me.
Give myself away. I give myself away so you can use me. Give myself away. I give myself away so you can use me. At the center of it all, should I see? Should I At the center of it all, should I see? Should I There is power in your name. Miracles happen in your name. As we lift our voice in praise, should I see? Should I see? At the center of it all, should I see? Should I At the center of it all, should I receive? Should I receive? There is power in your name. Miracles happen in your name. As we lift our voice in praise, it's you that I see. It's you that I see. Indeed, Daddy, you in this crisis, Daddy, only you and you will get, now you will see. At the center of it all, Papa, now you will see. Now you will put your trust in. Now you will put your elbow to. Even when you sick, just put your trust in the Lord. Just put your elbow on God. Now He no one will do one for you. No doctor, no they will do one for you. Because now He is the great physician. He is the great healer. Indeed, Papa, at the center of it all, now you will see. At the center of Sierra Leone, now you will see. At the center of this world, that if wherever you go, now you will see. And now you will depend on. Now you are the great healer. Now you are the great physician. You will start up, Papa, you go finish up for me. That we, now you will see. Anytime, any minute, any hour, that now you will see. Because we depend on you. Thank you, Jesus. At the center of it all, should I see? Should I see? At the center of it all, should I see? Should I see?
says yes, says yes. My soul says yes, says yes to your will. My soul says yes, my soul says, my soul says yes, says yes to your will.
Says yes.
My soul says yes, says yes to your will. Where you call us, we'll answer. Where you lead us, we will follow. Oh my God, please teach us how to know your way. Where you lead us, we will follow. Where you call us, we will answer. Oh my God, please teach us how to know your way. My soul says yes,
My soul says yes.
says yes,
Says yes.
says yes,
Says yes. My soul says yes. Says yes to your will.
says yes.
My soul says yes. Says yes. Says yes. My soul says yes. Says yes to your will.
Says yes.
Shalom, everybody. Wherever you are at this time, connected to this wonderful miracle service on air and online. I want to assure you that our God is faithful, our God is everywhere, our God wants to do the best in your life, our God wants to reach everybody, our God wants to turn your story around, our God wants to give you a miracle, regardless of where you are, regardless of the distance, doesn't matter at all before God. We are just connected, and that's why we're fellowshipping together at this time. I want to assure you that God wants to reach out to you, He wants to reach to you, He wants to touch you, He wants to give you a miracle, whether you are sick, you are faced with trouble, you are faced with problem, you are encountering certain difficulties in your life. I want to assure you that whatever you need, God is able to do it right now. The Bible says if you believe, everything is possible for him that believes. The question is not whether or not God can do it, or whether or not God is able to do it, or whether or not God wants to do it. The question is, are you willing to receive that which God wants to do? Do you want to receive that which God wants to do? That is the question now. God wants to do it, yes. Are you prepared for it? Somebody will say, how do I get prepared for it? You get prepared for it when you believe it, when you are open to receive it, that's when you believe it. And God is able to get it done. I can assure you that all that we needed, God has ever wanted to do, but we have been the problem of our problem. We have never wanted to believe God to reach out to us, and that is why we find it difficult to receive the miracle of God. But with God, everything is possible. And with those that believe, everything is possible. God do want to make everything possible, but how many of us are willing to believe Him tonight to reach out to us? Wonderful ministration of song by the choir, a wonderful ministration indeed. Thank God for their lives. Beloved, at this time, I want you, everywhere you are, to be connected as God is speaking to us at this time on the important topic of getting ready for the Master. Amen. You have to get ready for the Master. You want the Master to do something good in your life. You always wanted it. But have you ever been ready for the good things He wants to do? The question is not whether or not he is prepared to do it or he wants to do it. The question is whether or not you are ready for what the master himself wants to do. The master has ever wanted to reach out to you. He has ever wanted to turn your story around. He has ever wanted to do the miracle. He has ever wanted to do what you want him to do. Or he has ever had the problem of you being ready, being prepared, being willing to receive that which he wants to do. He do want to do it more than you ever expect. He do want to reach out to you more than you ever desire. But are you prepared for that which he's able to do? Are you prepared for that which he wants to do? Are you ready? Are you open-minded? Are you open-hearted? Are you willing to welcome that which he wants to do? Because he really wants to do something. But somebody got to be ready to receive that which he wants to do. Glory be to God. Beloved, at this time, I want to take us to a wonderful scripture, the book of Matthew, chapter 14. There's a beautiful thing that happened there before where I really wanted us to look at. If you look at Matthew chapter 14, if you see something that happened in verse 15, coming down a little bit, Jesus had just had a wonderful crusade. In a beautiful crusade, about 3 days or thereabout, he has been preaching the gospel non-stop. And these people had been there, willing, listening to the gospel. They had given all their heart to the messages that Jesus was pouring out from his mouth. Everything was pumping out, and they were willing to receive that which Jesus was giving. All their heart, all their attention was fixed on the gospel that Jesus Christ was preaching. And after 3 days, no food, these guys were not eating food, but they were following the gospel. They were exhausted, they were hungered, and they wanted to go away hungered. But Jesus said, no, let's give them something to eat. In that place, there was no food. In the desert place, no food, no water. There's no way they could have enough food for these guys to eat. The Bible said, verse 15, and when it was evening, his disciples came to him, saying, this is a desert place, and the time is now past. Send the multitude away, that they may go into the villages and buy themselves victuals. They can go ahead to the villages all around to be able to get some food for themselves. Because in the desert, there was not going to be food there. Have you ever been in a situation where it is not possible at all? Humanly, it is impossible for any solution. If you have been there before, these guys were there, but Jesus was right there with them. And as long as Jesus is right there with you, you don't expect the same results as the world expects. There are always going to be a change. We are in a situation, the coronavirus situation is a situation that nobody can handle. Everybody is giving up, everybody is tired, everybody is fighting their own way, everybody's knowledge is knocking off, but God is at the center of it. And when hearts are turned towards him, he gives us a solution. In the desert, when everything doesn't seem to work, Jesus got a solution. Something happened in this place. The Bible says in verse 16, but Jesus said unto them, they need not depart, you give them to eat. Jesus said there's no way to send them to go look for food. They need to give them something to eat, because on the way, some of them might faint. Jesus is not the kind of person that will abandon you at the middle of your problems. He's not abandoning you. Some of us have given up. Some of us thought that, no, maybe Jesus has somehow forgotten about us entirely. We don't have opportunity to go worship him in church. He's not abandoning us. He's not forgotten us. Sometimes he also wants to test our faith, whether or not we will serve him even when church is not together. Whether we're going to serve him even when we don't go to the buildings. Are we going to serve him with our heart? It's the heart that he's worried about. Not about the place of meeting, but our own heart. That's what matters for him a lot. How do we believe him? How do we want to handle him? That's the problem. The Bible says, and they say unto him, we have here but 5 loaves and 2 fishes. That's what they said to Jesus. You say we should feed them? This crowd of people is over 20,000 people. Only men were 5,000. That's minus women and minus children. And they said to him, how can we feed them? We only have 5 loaves of bread with 2 fishes. How do you actually want us to feed these guys? There are too many for us to feed. But then Jesus said to them, bring hither to me. Bring that 5 loaves of bread and that 2 fish to me. And they brought it to him. And something happened there. Bible says, and he commanded the multitude to sit down on the grass, and took the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, and looking up to heaven, he blessed and prayed and gave the loaf to his disciples, and the disciples to the multitude. The Bible says, and they did all eat and were filled. And they took up the fragments that remained, 12 baskets full. That was the miracle that happened there. These guys in the middle of this trouble, Jesus did the extraordinary miracle. He gave them excess. They ate until they were leftovers. Just because they believe in him. They believe somehow. These guys knew there was no food in that wilderness. But when they told them to wait and sit down by partition, they listened, they waited, they sat down by partition, 50 by 50. The disciples had faith enough to arrange them even when they know there was not enough bread. When you know it doesn't look possible humanly, there was nothing available to make this thing work, why can't you simply believe God? I've asked people a question. You believe ministry for quite a long time, it has been trying but never gave you the result. Why not try God for a moment? A lady just came to me this afternoon, and she had serious pain in the stomach. She had fibroid, and she had a couple of other things that were bothering her with her heart disease. But I said to her, you've been depending on the medicine for quite a long time, and the result has been the same. Why not make a try? Why not simply believe God right now? And I can assure you that every of these single pain will go in a moment. And she suddenly regained consciousness, because sometimes when you don't believe God, you lose consciousness. When you regain consciousness, you will believe God. She regained consciousness and she just believes God. And I just tell her to take anything you believe and we'll bless it for her to drink. Right instantly, the pain just left her. She didn't believe it. The pain left. Something she suffered for years. She's been taking medication after medication, but the pain just left her. I can tell you, when everything fails you, there's just one thing that will not fail you. And that one thing that will not fail you is Jesus Christ. Everything else will fail, but Jesus will never fail. If men understand that Jesus will not fail and will depend and trust in Jesus Christ, then they will get the best of the gospel. They will get the best of heaven. Jesus is the best that heaven has. And heaven has given us his best, that he got, which is Jesus Christ. How many of us dare believe? How many of us will be willing to welcome him, to open up ourselves for what he wants to do in our life? Do you know what? Jesus wants to dwell in your midst. And when he is in your midst, he do not want sickness to be there. He do not want disease to be there. He do not want frustration, pain, and agony, backwardness, and anything that burns your heart to be there with you right when he's around. He do want everything to be in order. He do want everything to be fixed. He do want everything to be corrected. He do want everything to be mended and to be fixed well. That's exactly what Jesus wants to do. But eventually, in the middle of his plans, he found that most of us are not ready. We are not ready. Why? Because we don't even understand what he's doing. We don't even believe. That's what I said to you. Are you prepared for the masters? Are you prepared? You get prepared for the master's use. You get prepared for the master's work. You get prepared for what the master is about doing. Whatever he wants to do, you have to be prepared to receive it. It's not about whether he can do it. It's not about whether he wants to do it. It's not about whether he will do it. It's about whether you are prepared to receive that which he wants to do. So being prepared to receive that which he wants to do is what matters much. And that's what we are dealing with. That's what we are looking at. Getting prepared to receive that which he is prepared to do, what he is about to do. Beloved, after Jesus fed these thousands of people, the news about this miracle spread across. It went wide beyond the region where this miracle happened. It went across the sea. It went across every side. You show some of these guys, when Jesus led them to go to the mountain to pray, they were looking for Jesus Christ. And some of them entered the boat and crossed over to the other side of the sea. They went over to Lunge. They went over to other islands looking for Jesus Christ. And when they are going to all of these islands, when they are looking for him, they were sharing the testimonies. They were telling people all over that, oh God, there was a guy, a man of God, a prophet, who did extraordinary things. He fed us with just a tiny loaf of bread. The mighty miracle happened. We ate until we had leftovers. Have you ever seen somebody excitedly sharing testimony? It motivates you also to look for the same kind of miracle, or to look for the same source where he got his miracle. Then these guys were sharing these testimonies to people across the other side of the ISIL. Everybody was willing. Everybody was willing. Waiting for this mighty testimony. They were expecting to be with Jesus Christ. Because at least they have heard the beautiful thing he has done. And they knew he has more to do. And everyone on the other side were seriously waiting to meet with Jesus. They seriously want to meet with him. They just want to meet with him because they've heard what he does. And beloved, I am here to tell you all that Jesus can do. So you can be willing to meet with him. It's about your willingness, not about his power or ability to do it. But are you willing to meet with him? Are you really willing to meet with him? Do you want him to meet with you? Are you prepared? Are you prepared for what he wants to do? You might be sick now. I don't care what the sickness you have, but I can assure you that your healing can be right now. And God do want to heal you. He do want to set you free. But you have to be prepared for the freedom that God wants to set you. You just have to be prepared for the freedom. God wants to do the miracle, but somebody has to be ready for the miracle he wants to do. Somebody is seriously listening. I'm seeing somebody with a serious headache on the head, serious pain on the head, but the Lord is taking it away right now. He's healing you already, and the pain in the head is gone. And that is the power of God. That's the miracle of Jesus Christ. Beloved, the news about Jesus went across to other regions beyond where the miracle happened. Everybody, everywhere were willing to meet with him. They want to meet with him. Now, these guys were prepared to meet with Jesus Christ. If you can be prepared right now, the Lord is going to pass by you, just in your home, just in where you are at the moment. Listen to this message. Jesus Christ is ready right now. If you are sick and you are not walking, you cannot move, you are lying down helplessly, you can rise up right now and you'll be well. If you are tired, nothing seems to be working right now, I can assure you that your miracle is right now. If there's any negative thing happening around you, maybe negative dreams, maybe bad influences, maybe signs that are not comfortable and that are all around happening closer to you, I can assure you right now that Jesus Christ of Nazareth wants to set you free. That Jesus Christ of Nazareth wants to visit you. That Jesus Christ of Nazareth wants to do something great in your life. That Jesus Christ of Nazareth wants to establish you. That he wants to wipe away those tears. He wants to transform those stories. He wants to do it in a better way. He wants to do it in a new way. He wants to show up in a better way in your life. This news had gone around, and everyone, everywhere was expecting him. Everyone, everywhere were all interested to meet with him. It doesn't matter where you are. What matters is your interest. How is your heart? How interested are you to meet with him? Do you really want to meet with him? Are you so much hunger for him? Are you so much interested to meet with him? This is exactly what happened here. If you go down to verse 34, you will see a people whose mind are prepared, a people whose heart are prepared, a people who want to meet with the Lord Jesus Christ, people who are prepared, who are willing to meet with him, who want just to meet with him, a people who really want to meet with him, who want an encounter, a touch with him. And that moment, they want a touch with him. That moment, they want an encounter with him. Something was going to happen. The Bible says in verse 34, and when they were gone over, they came into the land of Gennesaret. The land of Gennesaret. Now, Gennesaret is across the sea, or across the river, if you like, or across the water. You have to roll on a canoe, or a boat, or a ship, to be able to cross over to where Gennesaret is, from where Jesus performed miracles. The news had gone to those people there that this guy called Jesus Christ, he was a prophet, a great man of God, had done outstanding miracles. He has healed them, delivered them, and he also fed them miraculously. So everybody was so interested to meet with Jesus Christ. Everyone was so ready and so willing to meet with him. They just want to meet with him. They just want to meet with him. They were just prepared to meet with him. And then in the middle of their preparation, Jesus Christ was crossing over to the land of Gennesaret from the sea. The Bible says, And when the men, I love this place. I love this verse so much. Verse 35. It says, and when the men of that place had knowledge of him, they had knowledge of him. Do you have knowledge of Jesus Christ? Do you know him at all? Have you ever heard about him before? Do you know what he can do? Have you ever been told about his power to heal, his power to deliver, his power to set free, his power to perform miracles, his power to transform life, his power to change people? Have you ever heard about that before? These people had knowledge of him. They had noticed that guy we've heard about, that guy we've been wanting to encounter with, finally is here. They heard about him. If you have heard about the power of Jesus Christ, by now you should be prepared for your miracle. By now you should be ready for your miracle. Right in this place, the Bible says, when the men of that place of Gennesaret had knowledge of him, they sent out into all that country round about and brought unto him all that were diseased. My goodness. Think about that. These guys understood Jesus so much. They knew what he can do. They knew what he's able to do. They knew what he will be able to do. And they were prepared. Are you prepared for the master? That's a question. Are you really prepared for him? These guys were prepared for Jesus. They knew exactly he was coming, and they were prepared. The moment they saw him, the Bible says they sent the news all across social media. Some of us use social media for nothing, just for gossip. Not to do anything good, only to even present fake news. But look at what happened here. They at once, if social media was around that time, they had their own way of communication. But the news went widely all over the place. That man we've been talking about finally is here. He has come. Come with your sick people. The Bible says everywhere around about the country, people were bringing in their sick people, those who are paralyzed, the blind, the crippled, people from every corner. They were bringing in their people that are sick, that have problems from every side. Everybody was bringing in his people. Everybody was bringing in people from every side, from every corner, round about the entire country. Imagine Jesus coming to a place where the entire country had a lot of sick people. People were leaving hospital, people were leaving various places, and they were rushing for miracle. That reminds me a time we're having a beautiful program in McKinney. While we were praying for the sick, and God was doing mighty things, healing the sick. Before I realized, I found that people were moving away from the church. I don't know what they were going out to do. They were making phone calls. Before you know it, I saw people on Okada, on taxi. We had just finished praying for the sick. We were bringing sick people. From where? From hospitals. Why? They said, no, we heard that there's healing here. And they're coming from hospital. We brought a little child that was crippled. He just get up and start walking. And the blind. People started bringing people from the hospital, and miracles started happening. We've even done praying for the sick. But God started healing those people that were coming from the hospital because they were prepared. When somebody is prepared, he is anxious, he is willing, he is open-minded, Jesus Christ is interested. It's not about the bigness of your case. It's not about the toughness of your case. It's not about the more complicated your case might be. It's about your preparedness to receive that which the Lord is prepared to do. Before now, it was the job of Jesus to go about doing good, healing all who were oppressed of the devil. But how many people who are oppressed of the devil are willing to receive him? It's how much you want to receive him. It's how much prepared you are. It's not whether or not he will do it. It's not whether or not he wants to do it. It's not whether or not he is going to do it. It's how prepared are you to receive that which he is able to do, that which he wants to do, that which he will do in your life. Are you prepared to receive it? That's the question. It's not whether he will be able. It's not whether he wants. It's not whether he is capable. It's whether you are willing or prepared to receive. That's the problem. Are you prepared? These men were prepared. They sent news all across. And the Bible says, people started bringing in their sick people, started bringing in all the sick people from every corner, those who are battered, who can walk, who cannot talk, who cannot see, those who cannot eat, who are feverish, who are really depressed, they are sick from every corner, who are fibroid, they have heart disease, they have every kind of problem, and they were everywhere. And I can assure you what happened. when they all came, you already know Jesus Christ just finished crusade. He just went to the mountain to pray, and he was just crossing by the sheep. People probably looking for a place to have some little rest. I believe without doubt that Jesus must have been tired at this time. But do you know what happened? These men understood that Jesus must have been tired or weak. Do you know what they do? Look at what happened in verse 36. I love that. This scripture is so beautiful for me. It's so beautiful that I love it so much. And I wish somebody would have understanding about this scripture. Look at what happened in this place. The Bible says, and they besought him that they might only touch the hem of his garments. And as many as touched were made perfectly whole. My goodness. My goodness. They beg him, they say, we know you're tired. We can understand your busy schedule. We understand all your labor and everything happening around you. But you know what? We are begging you for one thing. Just give us the opportunity, give us the right to touch the hem of your garment. We just want to touch the hem of your garment. And the Bible says, as many, my God. So do you know what? There were many other people who could not touch the hem of his garment. And so those who could not touch the hem of his garment, they were not healed. Only those who touched were healed. It is possible that two of you will be in the same house right now, and two of you will be sick, and one of you will be healed, and the other is not healed. It's possible, because the other one is prepared, and the other one is not prepared. And the ones who are prepared fight all out to touch the hem of his garment, and the ones who are not prepared were just relaxed. They were waiting for him to come. They were not prepared for nothing, and they went back home sick. But the ones who were prepared, who were willing to move on to touch the hem of his garment, they were able to touch the hem of his garment. And the Bible says, as many as touched him, they were not just healed. The Bible said they were perfectly made whole. Every one of them was perfectly healed. Think about that. They were healed 100% completely. They were completely made whole. They were perfectly healed. Everyone that touched him was perfectly made whole. My goodness. How? Why? Because they were prepared for this miracle. If you are prepared for the miracle, you will get it. If you are not prepared for it, those who are prepared for it will get it. If you know you want Jesus to touch you, you want something to happen from him, you want something to come from him to you, then there's one thing you need to do. You need to be prepared for him. He do want to do something. He do want to reach out to you. He do want to change your story. He do want to do the miracle. He do want to lift you up. He do want to shame your enemy. He do want to lift you from the affliction. He do want to bring to an end to the pain and to the problem you're facing. But you have got one thing to do. And the one thing you've got to do is to get prepared. And somebody will ask me, how do I get this prepared? You have to believe. You have to believe him. You have to believe in his miracle. You have to believe in his miracle working power. You have to believe that he can touch you now. You have to believe that he can change you now. You have to believe that he can visit you now. You have to believe that where you are is not a distance, that he is right closer to you. And right now, he can touch you and you can receive your miracle. And I can assure you, if you cannot walk, you can get up and walk. If you cannot see, you can see. If you cannot hear, you can hear. If you cannot talk, you can talk. And if you are sick in any way, whether it is fever, whether it is virus disease, whether it is HIV, whether it is coronavirus, the terrifying disease all over the world troubling now, whether it is that, whether it is cancer, whether it is lung or fibroid or heart disease, whatever this problem might be at this time, you can be healed right now, right where you are. Just one thing you need to do. You get ready for him. You believe that you can be healed, and that's all. Miracle will flow in your direction. That moment you believe, that moment you are set, that moment you agree, you are calling for the miracle. You are simply calling for the miracle to come. In your faith, you will receive. If you believe, you will call for it. And to call for it is to what? To accept it, to be prepared for it. Some people will say, where is God? He has never been there. He's not gone nowhere. It is you that's not ready for him. The moment you are ready for him, you get a miracle. These people that were not healed in this place, in Gennesaret, they're not going to give excuse. They're not going to say, well, Jesus did not come. He actually came. But when they see other people being prepared, receiving their miracle, they were the last. They never cared at all, and they never got their miracle. Those ones who prepare, those ones who are willing, those ones who cares, they got their miracle. Here now, those who didn't bother, who were not prepared, though Jesus came there, they didn't receive their miracle. Though he came there, they didn't get a miracle. You might be in your home, and Jesus walked in there and touch somebody else and leave you untouched. If you're not prepared, he will bypass you and touch those who are prepared. Smith Wigglesworth, a great man of faith, a great man of God, he says something. He said there's something about faith that God will bypass 2 million people to meet one person that is at the back but is in faith. Think about that. God will jump over 2 million people just looking for one person that is far at the back who is in faith to give him miracle. That's what God do. God respects faith. Archbishop Benson Idahosa, he said something. He said, when your faith says yes, God cannot say no. Think about that. The moment your faith is saying yes, God cannot say no. And Jesus said it to the guy that brought his son to him for healing. What did Jesus say to him? Jesus said, if you believe, everything is possible for he that believes. He said, if you can believe, if you can believe. Look at what Jesus said. Look at what the guy said to Jesus. I love that conversation. He said to Jesus, if you can do anything, help me out and heal my son. Then Jesus said to him, if you can believe, I love this. If you can believe, everything is possible for he that believes. He said to Jesus, if you can do anything, that is terrible. That is terrible. If you can do anything, heal my son. Jesus said, if you can believe, everything is possible for he that believes. The same language, Jesus returned back to him. He said, if you can. Jesus said to him also, if you also can, if you can do anything, help me. Jesus said, if you can believe, everything is possible for he that believes. So at this time, somebody will not be saying to Jesus Christ, if you can, please reach out to me today and heal me. No. What Jesus is saying to you right now where you are, if you can believe, your miracle is now. If you can believe, everything is possible for he that believes. Do you believe? Are you prepared to believe? The reason why people are choked with fear is because they don't believe. The reason why people are choked with fear and terrifying is just because they never believed. Now if you can believe, you've not been sleeping at night, if you can believe, this night will be the best of the nights. You've been choked with fear, if you can believe, the fear will be dead. You are faced with crisis, but if you can believe, the crisis will turn around and become the opportunity. At this time, if you can believe, right at this moment, if only you can believe, the miracle of God will reach out to you, the miracle of God will visit you, the miracle of God will turn your story around, the miracle of God will twist things for your advantage. But one thing is all that is needed. One thing is all that's needed. Somebody got to believe God. Somebody got to show God that he's prepared to receive. Those who are prepared to receive are those who believe. They are the ones that are prepared to receive. Do you remember the story of Sarah and Abraham? All the while, God had ever wanted to give them a child. But along the line, doubt began to creep into their hearts. When God visited them, God visited Sarah in Genesis chapter 18. You remember? She laughed. She actually laughed because she never believed anymore. And then you know what the Lord said? Is anything too hard for the Lord to do? Nothing is too hard for him to do. He said, by this time next year, according to the time of life, I will return back again, and Sarah shall be found with a baby. Because with the Lord, nothing shall be impossible. You remember what happened again with Mary? When the angel met with her, she said, the angel Gabriel said to her, with the Lord, nothing shall be impossible. She said, how can this be? Because I never know a man. And he said to her, with the Lord, nothing shall be impossible. And I can tell you today, with God, nothing shall be impossible. And you know Mary's response. Mary said, I am the handmaid of the Lord. Be it to me according to your word. And this is what Zachariah cannot do. Zachariah is giving excuse. How really can this really happen that my wife will be pregnant? But Mary said, I am the handmaid of the Lord. Be it to me according to your word. And it happened exactly according to the promise of God for her life. 100 of us are prepared to receive his touch.